Hello, my sweet friends. This is Tracy, and I am super excited to be doing the Dollar Tree Mystery Box Challenge, collaborating with 7 other creative YouTubers. Now, guys, if you don't already follow them, you should because they're fantastic in this DIY community. And I'm so honored that Courtney asked me to be a part of this quarter's DIY challenge. And so what the DIY challenge is there are 8 of us total. Sweet Courtney from Creative on the Cheap is the one who kind of corralled us all together. This is her challenge, and she assigned us different people that in the DIY community. And so what we're supposed to do is go to Dollar Tree and get 7 to 10 items and send them to another person that we were assigned. We're supposed to box them up, ship it to them, and then they're going to do the same thing that I'm doing and create as many projects as they can with the items that we send. We can use some things from our stash, and so I'm excited about that. The collaboration for today's videos include these ladies right here. So we have Whitney from Whiskey and Wit, Jennifer from A Little Bit of Common Crazy, Caitlin from Crafts by Caitlin, Kristen from Kristen K. We have Yami from the Latina Next Door, and we have Courtney from Creative on the Cheap. And then this month, Heidi, Samble DIY, and myself. And so we are all doing the same thing. We each got our own box from another DIYer. And so we're going to create some DIYs, hopefully to inspire you and to, get you excited for this season. My box went to Whitney of Whiskey and Wet. And so I cannot wait to see what that sweet girl, she's amazing. I know she's going to come out and she's going to knock it out of the park. And so then my box came from Courtney from Creative on the Cheap. And so I'm going to open this up, show you what is inside to see what I have to work with. Now, we are allowed to use some things from our stash. And so I'll be pulling some things. I will let you know what I use. So that way, if you want to find it, hopefully you will find it in your store, because Dollar Trees don't always have all the same things, right? Anyway, but let's go ahead and get started and let me show you what is in my box. Okay. Oh, this is challenge item number 1. Challenge item number 2, and I hear jingles. I don't know. Let's see what's in here, and then we're gonna go. Some burlap and lace ribbon. Good choice. Okay, some stickers. Oh, some twine. Yes. Okay. Oh, and some lace ribbon. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is going to be amazing. All right. It's so funny how a lot of us creatives think alike. Okay, this is cute as it is. Smart is my superpower. Well, I'm not sure about that with me, but this is going to be cute. Oh, and some tags. All right. So these are my items that I need to create with. Now, again, we can use things from our stash, and we're supposed to create as many projects as we can with the items that are sent to us. And so these are my challenge items. A little microfiber wash mitt. Okay, all right. Oh, cute. All right, a little flower. So my challenge items are the flower and the wash mitt. And then these are all of my items to create some cute items to inspire you all. All right, I'll be back. And I totally missed this in the box. It was kind of stuck to the side and I didn't look in there. And so I have this little gem to create as well. Courtney, that is your handwriting. That is so adorable. Tracy, I'm so excited to have you participating in the DT challenge this month. I can't wait to see what you come up with. I know it will be fabulous. Much love, Courtney. You are so sweet, Courtney, and it's so funny that you say DT because I say that and my boys think that I am just crazy when I say I need to go to the DT, and my oldest is like, Mom, that really doesn't sound like something you should say. And I'm like, what? It's the Dollar Tree. Anyway, okay, we got some hand sanitizer and some lotion. Ooh, I like these. And some caramel hard candies. Thanks, Courtney. Okay, for my first mystery box DIY, I am using this wooden home sign as well as 2 wooden arrows that I'm going to create little houses out of. Now, I had these arrows on hand and decided to use these for my first project. The first arrow had, the drilled holes in it, and I needed to cover those up, so I used some wood putty, also from the Dollar Tree, and just smooth that out so that I could give each of these houses 2 coats of white chalk paint. I did everything with actually, it is in the color plaster, which is more of an off-white. And those Jenga blocks, I was going to use those for dimension, but it didn't work out, so just ignore those. Okay, also in this project, while I had the paint out, I'm going to use this little, it looks like a little nameplate. These are new to the Dollar Tree this year, and Sweet Courtney sent me one, so I had to use it. I'm just using my heat gun or heat tool to get that sticky sticker off. Okay, I gave that nameplate 2 coats of white chalk paint as well because it was already white, but it had a shininess to it and it was going to not look good with my little houses. So I just painted over it with some chalk paint and then shaded all of my projects with some brown paint like I like to do in my projects. Then I'll use my ultra fine Sharpie marker just to go around the edges of each of the painted projects to make it stand out a little bit more. I go around the houses as well as the sign and the little home sign. I also added some splattering. I'm old school. I like to continue to do this to my projects because I like the look of it. I'm using my Posca pen, this large pen, and it's like a paint marker. I got it off of Amazon, and so I'm just writing our last name here on the nameplate and just doing my little happy dots, what I like to do. And that is going to be the little nameplate for our little house, little vignette. To attach the wood houses to the home sign, I am just hot gluing the taller wood sign to the back, just butting it up there, and then I will attach the shorter one. Those Jenga blocks, I was going to use them as dimension, but once I put it all together, I didn't even need those, so just scratch that. Okay, I'm creating little address signs for
us and then right next door, because our son bought his first home, and we allowed him to put it on the lot next to us. So that's kind of the basis behind this little project here, because we have, both of us are side by side, and I thought that it's going to look really cute. Okay, I just, used my Posca pen to write our house numbers there. Greenery is just what this little project needed, so I'm just hot gluing some greenery. Now that particular greenery came from Walmart, and I just hot glued it, just kind of playing around with it where I thought that it looked really nice. Okay, for the home sign, I did the same thing. I just attached 2 of the little sprigs of greenery with a chenille stem and just hot glued it there at the base of that little name sign. The buffalo check ribbon came from Hobby Lobby, and that is everything is from my stash. And so we were allowed to do that here in the mystery box challenge. If there was something to enhance our projects with, we could use it from our stash. And this thin ribbon also is from Hobby Lobby, and I'm just making a cute little bow. I don't need anything really overbearing, just a little accent there with my greenery. Mystery box DIY number 2 is using 2 challenge items. I am so proud of myself because I really had to think about this. This is so good to take us out of our comfort zone, or at least me, and figure out, if somebody sends me something, okay, what can I do? What can I make out of this? I would not have gone and purchased this stuff to make this project. So I hope that you enjoy it as much as I do. So the orange flower is pretty bright, so I gave it a coat of plaster chalk paint. Then I'm going to go back over it with my curry and give it a coat of that. Now, for the center of my flower, I'm just taking the wire jute that was in my mystery box, and I'm just wrapping it on itself, just making a center so that I could hot glue that to the center of my flower. I was kind of going for the sunflower look, but it doesn't look like a sunflower, but I'm okay with, I really like the way that this, enhancements, just really help this flower. Okay, the second challenge thing here in my box was this little mitten, and I was unsure what I was going to do with it. So once I decided to make a little flower bouquet, so I'm like, okay, what can I use this for? What can I do? So I just cut it in half because I was just going to make there's just, in God's creation, there are just so many different flowers. So I was just going to make this blue flower. I don't even know if there's blue flowers like this, but okay, there are in my my bouquet. Anyway, so the back of the mitten has it's beautiful. It almost looks like a Chanel bedspread feel. That's what it kind of gave me. So there's like a little hidden mystery inside these little wash mittens. These are like for cars. Anyway, so what I did is I cut it, and then I'm going to use part of it for one flower, and then I flipped it over and cut off those blue, things that were, on the, I don't even know what the name of them are, but I cut those off so that it would lay flatter on my, my canvas. Okay, I'm going to have flowers coming out of a mason jar. I have a free printable for this mason jar. I will have a link in the description box below this video. If you would like it, you just print it out and cut it out. I cut mine out of cardboard because I wanted the dimension, and then I'm going to go back and trace it out of this scrapbook paper. All of this paper is from Hobby Lobby, and I'm going to make my mason jar. I'm going to give some shading and some dimension with my ink as well as my black Sharpie marker. For the lid of the jar, I just cut off the top of it. If you don't want to cut your mason jar, just make sure and print out 2 of them so you have 2 pieces. For the base of my mason jar, I needed a board, or I wanted a board for it to, for me to attach it to in my flowers. So I have a bunch of these canvases left over in my stash that I need to use up. And I have a bunch of them because I used to do personalized room signs for kids, and I would hand paint on these canvases, but that season has passed, and so I have all of these canvases that I need to do something with. Okay, so I first thought to do a buffalo check pattern, but then I was like, that takes too long. So I just got my fan brush out and some gray paint and just used my fan brush just to make some lines, some curvy lines, and then I'll shade it with some brown paint like I like to do, just to, just where it just is not just white. And so I'll just go through and just shade everything. I do have other videos that I share a lot of painting on. I like to do this, and you can pick up different tricks and tips and, things from watching my videos. I'm just using some Jenga blocks or tumbling tower blocks just to glue on the canvas to give the mason jar some dimension, to give it a raised feel to it. And I'm using some of that jute wrapped wire as stems for my flowers where it looks like they're coming out of the jar. And actually, once I got finished with it, you really couldn't see it, so you don't even really need to do this if you redo this project, but it made me feel better because I knew they were there. But before I glue down my mason jar, I want to add this lace ribbon to the rim, or like kind of underneath where the rim would be. I thought that it gave it the perfect little extra touch. I had these flowers on hand. They are also from the Dollar Tree, and I just snipped them off to include them into my jar to make it more full. This project, my mason jar, needs a cute tag, and so the chalkboard labels and the numbers are perfect. They're a little bit bigger than what I usually use, but I like it. Sometimes stepping outside of your comfort zone just leads to beautiful destinations. Anyway, I'm just using my Posca white paint pen just to add some stitching around the edges of the tag. And then I'm taking off the number 5 and just put that on there. I'll use the Posca pen to draw the cent sign, and then that is what I will attach to my jar. I'm just using some of that burlap and lace ribbon that was in my mystery box. I'm just doing a 2-loop bow, dovetailing the ends, and then I cut off an extra piece so that I could wrap around the middle to make the bow look finished. And I'll just hot glue that to the side of my mason jar. And for mystery box DIY number 3 is a Halloween shadow box. Now, this is nothing, new. We've all seen it in the DIY community, just taking these little boxes and making them seasonal or, to match our decor. And so I really wanted to use as many products in this mystery box as I could. And so I painted the little frame. I painted it orange with its pumpkin Waverly chalk paint, and it took 2 coats to do that. This scrapbook paper is from Hobby Lobby. I just cut out the size of the inner square, and then I just used my adhesive tape and just tape that to the to that, and then glue that back into the frame. Then I just took some black rickrack that I had on hand, and that is from Hobby Lobby, and I just put 2 strands inside of the shadow box, and then I just took the 3 and the 1 from the stickers that were in my mystery box, and just put those on pop dots. I have a lot of pop dots in my stash because of my scrapbooking card making days, and so these pop dots or foam dots or whatever you want to call them give your projects dimension. Anyway, and I love the way my little Halloween box turned out, and I have a head start on my holiday Halloween decorating season. A huge thank you to Courtney for inviting me to be in this super fun challenge. I really enjoyed it. Guys, there is a link in the description box below to Whitney's video, as well as the playlist for all of our DIY projects. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. We will talk to you all very soon. God bless.